Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to see if we can break Historic. So Final Fantasy came out, there was a bonus sheet. In the bonus sheet we got a alt art, but still legal, Tara Brangford, but really it's Urza Lord High Artificer. So this is hard to read on this alt art, but 4 mana 1/4, legendary creature. And when it enters, you get a construct, so an artifact with power toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control. And then you can tap an untapped artifact, it makes blue mana. And then for 5 mana, you can shuffle your library, you exile the top card. Until in the turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. So this lets us go wide. It turns any of our random artifacts into mana. So it lets us chain through our deck and kind of go crazy that way there. It's a win condition on its own. So we're going to try this out in a mono blue affinity deck. I don't know if mono blue is the ultimate best deck for this. We can splash white, we can splash red, we can splash black, but ultimately most of the good cards are blue based. And I want to start with this. We're going to run it through some games. I'm going to include all the content, wins, losses. The qualifier this month is Historic, so what I really want to do is try to put out some testing videos. I kind of walk through the process, how I look at stuff, and kind of build it from there. The other way I was thinking about building this was Paradoxical Outcome with a bunch of cheap like 0 mana effects and then VV to ping your opponent to death. So that would be the next one we play. But within this, we get access to Artifact Lands and Seed of the Synod as well as Darksteel. We're not playing full set of them because Divine Purge and Fragment Reality are cards that can hit our lands. So we're kind of cutting on those lands. We have a Myrex for utility, makes artifacts, the Darksteel, Otawara in here. Then I have a couple MDFCs. This might be too cute, but I want a Glasspool mimic a Kappa Cannoneer. Sounds really fun. Sink into Stupor as a bounce effect. That's also a line. So some utility if we can kind of flood out. We have Mox Amber that plays well with Tamiyo, as well as the goals in this deck to turn 1 Emry as much as possible. Lets us get ahead. Thoughtcast and Thought Monitor both are basically 1 mana draw 2s, which can flip Tamiyo. Kappa Cannoneer cheats out, and then it's a lot of power. Lava Spur Boots with the Kappa Cannoneer to give it haste. Spell Bombs as just a way to have some interaction main. We could play Retrofitter Foundry. That's something when we play the games. I want to see how that plays out. I'm playing 1 Ornithopter just because Fragment Reality is one of the more common removal spells. So if they hit my Tamiyo, at least I get something out of it. It's also another 0 drop to more consistently enable an early Emry. We have a couple Tormod's Crypt for Graveyard Hate, 0 mana artifact as well. In this deck, it could be basically just become 0 mana. They become moxes, basically. Disruptor Flute is just a flexible card. A lot of decks we can name key cards and kind of hit them with that. So it's another artifact. It's basically, think of it as almost as a mana rock at times with Urza. And then because we could generate a lot of mana in this deck, Cyclonic Rift, I want to try out to see if it has a place in this deck. Sideboard, we have Consigned to Memory for the Eldrazi decks. We have Pithing Needle for Sorin decks. Stone of Erich for any of the sack style decks. Into the Flood mod deals with High Noon, can deal with like Aura's deck, just a flexible all around card. Stern Scolding for Luris decks. And then in grindier matchups, we have Karn, 2 copies for card advantage and makes some more constructs. And then against the counters deck, the blue-white tempo deck, we have a Kalim in here. Anything with a lot of counter spells, we can use that just as a way to cheat things in. So like I said, this is testing. We have not run a single game with this deck. It's kind of brew it, test it, see how it goes. I've been playing nothing but limited. This format's actually very fun for limited. But let's give this one a go and see how it plays out. So, Mono Blue Urza. I got like to Mythic early this month. That was in like the top 150 when I got in, and I haven't touched Constructed since. So I think I'm in like the high 90s, like 99% or so. We'll see where we kind of end up. So really what we want to see is how consistent is the deck, the hands when we don't have Urza, is it playable, and then how it obviously plays into both the Sorin piles as well as auras. The other way, depending on mana as well, we might want to consider is playing some Ugins on the top end. We do have a number of colorless spells, so that might work in the deck as well. Maybe in place of like Cyclonic Rift or something like that. But I like Cyclonic Rift because early game, it's a play for like Aura's deck. You could just bounce their effects, their creatures, and then kind of go to town. So, jumping into a match now. Let's see how this goes. Epicurious. So, Diamond player. It's probably not too many people in Mythic just yet. So, play first. This hand looks good, so we will keep. So just in case they are on Fragment, the only downside is because we have Ornithopter here. Birds of Paradise. I think I want to just flip Tamiyo this turn. Could be mono green devotion, like Selesnya devotion deck. So if that's the case, we might want to preemptively hold up counters. This could be the Battle Crier deck as well. Or just Nantuckum. So that's a good card. We would have liked to have hit that. So I could bring back Thoughtcast. We missed a land, so I think I'm interested in doing that.
I never forget an exceptional story.
So I do want to build up a counter, ideally. Mox also works here. So, a little awkward on the lands right now. Pridemate, we could just potentially rift it. Guide of Souls. Don't really think we let Guide come down and then just counter the next thing. Because I could bounce Ocelote's Pride if needed. That's gonna go away here. Don't want him to get the blink there. So they just had a lot of cheap spells. Kind of annoying. So I gotta get Urza going. Somewhat block them this turn. They're gonna get flying. The unfortunate thing is I'm missing a mana source. I could do this Tamiyo, get back Thoughtcast again.
Curious.
Just buy some time. Don't think I want to give him the Anthem here. So I might just use this to bounce. That's annoying. Other Ruby Collector. Really curved out. That is super annoying. So they're gonna get that, so we can bounce this if we want. With this, I can draw a card, which I think we're just gonna draw a card here. If I get Urza, we probably don't have enough to rift their whole board. They have Amara here. So I can name Amara. Slows them down a bit. Spell that. And Mara. We have Stink into Stupor. If I pay this, then that's how much mana? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 off this, 5, 6. So I'm 1 off. 7. No, I should be okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be okay. Big old Llanowar elf. Do birds here. Tap this individually. This is so annoying. So now they're kind of behind on board at this point because I can Tamiyo back, I can try to draw more cards. So we have Crypt here. We return this to their hand. We can go tap this, tap this. So tap the Mox, play out this, play out another Mox, then just kind of kill them that way there. We're just going to be able to tempo them out. So that went surprisingly well. Things we don't need, Disruptor Flute, Stern Scolding seems good in this matchup. Floodmaw could be decent tempo. We don't need the Tormod's Crypt. Lava Spur's fine. They're not really doing any sort of sack stuff. So I think we're less on that. We could probably trim on an Emry here. They might be on Fragment. Ornithopter's fine because it could just block. I think the counters can be reasonable. Tamiyo also seems good in this matchup. You have to be like mindful. You don't want to cut too much in this matchup. Urza seems good, like Kappa seems good. It's probably Emry, to be honest. Seems like the worst. I don't think we want Karn, it's too slow. Kalim's too slow, they're not on sack. I think we run it like that. That was pretty impressive. They built a very large board. We might want more rifts. That might be our answer in terms of interaction. So this hand's not very good. No way to kind of ramp ahead, no way to get affinity. Another hand that's not very good. Hand's better. So sink back. This back. So we can Thoughtcast next turn. Scary. Would have liked to be able to hold that up, obviously. Especially with that. We really wanted to hit that. So we have the rift here. Maybe should have played the other land so I could bounce Oscillate. And then counter it on the way down. Mox isn't bad, but we're still... Actually not bad. Might be able to survive here. They don't have great attacks here. I guess they just kind of throw damage in. Block. I have to block Oscillate's Pride. I think at this point... Let that go. So they were able to bounce that. So I can bounce Oscillates. I think I'm dead regardless. Yeah. It's annoying. Maybe we do want Emry. Problem is, like, Crypt and those don't do too much. I think we definitely want another Rift. We really need the Tamiyo turn. This is going to probably be a tough matchup because they go so wide and our only real interaction is that Rift. And we're just not playing enough. I think the way our hand's composed... Let's go like that. Back in, because we can get the second one here. Really hoping we... Oh, I guess I don't even hit that. So I could tempo them for a turn here. But I think we have to just try to set up for this Thoughtcast. Definitely need another land. I think we cut the Ornithopter. Hope it's not an Untuckum. Elf. Mara. Not the best, not the worst. I think this turn, just play this tapped. Say go. Just rebuke what they do here. Definitely want to hit and tuck them. Was clean because I can shut this off with the Tamiyo. Another one of those is good.
This will be a boon to my research. Think before you act.
I should have maybe held back. Because now I can't bounce and do that. Oh, that's an easy counter. Spellmaker there. I think if I plus, keeps me alive a little longer because I can bounce per se. I do need to find some action though. Just do this.
Use your words.
Might have been wrong that to like bin Thought Monitor just because we need to kind of get that churn of the deck. Might end up just cycling one of these. That's fine. Because I'll just bounce this. This can...
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
Fragment reality. So I can turn Tamiyo to my hand. Ah, of course.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
In case I hit a land. This is mostly just to buy some time. I need to draw into some more action.
I'd love to hear stories from your home.
And like this, it's going to tax them a bit. Because I got to pop off with this rift.
There's more to learn elsewhere.
Take 2 here. Okay, we got Urza. And we do have some form of counterspell backup. We also have Rift, so that's a good draw.
I'll be in the library.
Actually cannot counterspell this turn. But I can Rift. And then we can Rift their board anyways. Play Dollmaker here. That's fine. Because now this is an artifact, so it does turn this on, which is funny. We'll just make some artifacts here. So I don't want to... I guess I can just flip their board. But it gives them a chance with Urza, so I think we... I guess I could counter it, so it's fine. We'll overload here.
Nothing like warm.
Oh, and it's not legendary. So we get to keep both of them. They have to go to discard, so I can counter this on the way down. Alright, that's pretty sweet. Alright, that was promising. Idea's there. So Ornithopter, probably not where we want to be. So let's make some minor tweaks. Definitely another Cyclonic Rift. We probably don't want that. I'll play another Sink into Stupor, I think. This might be better served as Shadowspear. 17. Gotta make some cuts. Might not just be no flute main. So no flute main. I do kind of want another land. I think we maybe run it. So we have 20 lands, which should be fine in this deck. Given like our mana accelerant, stuff like that. I think the second Rift will come in handy. Let's run it back. Run it back. Didn't even see what we went up to. I don't even know what I'm ranked. 99. Okay. That was sweet. That was sweet. I think with Urza, it doesn't circumvent when you can cast the card, so doing it on your opponent's end step if it's not an instant, I don't think works. That ability as well might warrant playing like the bigger stuff, like the Ugins. There's also potentially a build where we play the Retrofitter Foundries, cut the kind of the big end, because it does give us a mana sink, which is nice, which we kind of lack that game. If we had a mana sink when you kind of flood out, could be good. Alright, hand looks good. Not a Karn deck. Not what you like to see. So we can do this, play Emry, hold up Metallic Rebuke.
I must investigate this scroll further.
Janky-ish deck. So whenever attacks, you put a counter on it. So play this. So I could either flip or play Emry this turn. Part of me does want... If I play this, then I can't hold up. See a Synod. No artifacts. Yes. Either I could bounce this depending what they do, and then rebuy it with Emry. I think that one's actually probably a counter. Let's counter this. We'll take the damage this turn. This keeps my Thoughtcast cheap. Doing this, use that mana first.
I'll aid you. So focus. Use your words.
Play this. Play the Spellbomb here. Do it all again next turn. We can now just kind of loop this where they never keep a creature resolved, as I kind of build towards that. Alright, so... Seems like Kalim could be decent. They want to go kind of all in on an attacker. Same with Floodmaw. I don't think Needle or those types of effects are reasonable or needed. Stern Scolding might be good. Get rid of Shadowspear. Get rid of the Crypts. Get rid of 2 Emrys. And since we're trimming on kind of our top end stuff, probably a Kappa Cannoneer. With this deck here, we really just want to keep them off creatures. They're probably doing like a double power with the new one from Final Fantasy in there. A bit annoying we're not playing like meta decks. Opponent's deciding play draw. It might just be salt roping us. We'll see. The one thing with this deck is you don't want to overboard per se. You have kind of your core that you need in terms of density to achieve affinity. And you really want to kind of keep those hands where you can turn to potentially flip Tamiyo or get Emry on board as quick as possible. You turn one Emry with an artifact land, 0 drop in Emry, or 2 0 drops in a blue land. Opponent looks to be roping us. How dare you interact with my deck? Cards we really don't like to see: Divine Purge, Meltdown, Fragment Reality can kind of do us in. Getting roped. You're allowed to quit if you're not having fun. You don't gain anything by doing this. We still get the win. So they'll salt rope us. That really doesn't do much. This one. Cannoneer back. I think we might need to cut a Cannoneer and play one more land, maybe a utility land. Play Inventor's Fair, maybe. Gains us some life, and if we flood, we can tutor up an artifact. While that happens, I'm going to turn on the fan in my room, so give me one moment while the opponent cries sweet tears. Alrighty. Opponent big sad. Think we might tweak it just a little. His 20 lands, like, it should be reasonable. Because we still have a need for double blues, so let's try maybe one more dark steel. That plays out. We might want 21. It feels terrible when you flood in this deck. Alright, playing 134 Mythic. Let's see how we do here. Not the best hand, but Tamiyo on one would be good. Opponent mulligan quite a bit. There goes my Emry. think we do this, so this can be... a couple different decks. Love the Mult of 5 Double Thoughtseize your opener. I think we're just gonna hold this Amber. Go Ornithopter. Force him to discard, maybe. They're likely a Sorin deck. Second Frog. Not terrible. Lets me try to tempo them a bit. We just need to, like, Thoughtcast or something like that. We got Tamiyo here.
No, I'm late for class.
So whatever they kind of go all in on, we can bounce. Overlord of the Balor. So they're likely... yes, they're Tamiyo, Sorin. Thoughtcast is good. Do this. Try to draw some gas. We get Urza.
I will protect this library with my life. Violence is not the answer.
So I can tap. This doesn't give any protection, so just hope they don't have the Sorin here, but I can rift them next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No pain.
Guess that is an activated ability. But I can Thoughtcast to try to find another land. Faith's Feathers, Tamiyo. We do this, draw a card. Let's Spellbomb's good. They can exile cards from their graveyard to bounce it. Or I can just put the here. They would have to soak up a ton of damage. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So, I'd hope they don't have a counter spell. Or just to kind of rebuys them there. I think that's the line. Just hope they don't have the counter. Because otherwise they just get Sorin back.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
They bounce Tamiyo here. I think we just have to try. Don't have the counter. Ah! We took the chance there. Obviously we got punished. Had we just rifted, we would have been okay. Still 9 them. If they have... do this. I think we have to keep this back. Unless I just push here. But I need this as an answer to Emperor of Bones. I push here, they crack me back for 4. Just pass here. They can fly with both frogs. I just have to watch out for Emrakul. So that I didn't know if they were on Stubborn Denial or not. Now that we know that they have it, we're obviously going to play around it. Let them do it. We let them adapt. We bounce it to hand. Bounce it to hand, then they fly over. They can have the Emrakul. They adapt there, they get it. They get another artifact, so we probably have to bounce it here. I'm playing into the Emrakul, or the Ulamog, but guess they double adapt it there. It's work. They do lose one. They get the cast off the spell book, so that was dumb. Gonna get it anyways. Couple misplays. The double Thoughtseize early really sucked. Sucks. They can fly frogs. They really need to ban Sorin. It just makes the format so dumb. This is a match where obviously not having hard removal kind of sucks. Fly one, will they fly the other? Don't want to block a Lenda, so we'll just do it like this. Surprised they wouldn't opt to just get the frog. Problem is now they're going wide enough. Hey. Okay. Now they can Sorin a Lenda me. One, two, three. So if I do tap this, I have access to 6 mana. So not enough. And it didn't have an artifact, so it's not unblockable. Kind of set it up as the whole turn. I think the way things are going, I have to be a little aggressive with this. Now, because they can get a counter, I think I have to do this. So that way they don't flip Tamiyo. They can frog discard a bunch of stuff for value. Draw Sorin. That's annoying. Good start. That is a good start. Do we hold this for next turn is the question. Gonna hold the land here, make it seem like we have something. You know what? I should have done this because I could have crypt the graveyard in response. Bit of misplay there. Yeah, I should have played this. So a couple mistakes are like coming back to haunt us, just sequencing, stuff like that. Obviously getting reps with the deck, being a new deck, is a little annoying. Them ripping like, they were hellbent, we got him off the rift. At this point, extra card doesn't matter. Super annoying. We had the answer too, should have just played it. Flooding here. Fine, they take Emry. Obviously, Shadowspear would have helped in the race. Loch here, just try to keep our life total high enough. Those clocks were okay on clock, not the best. That first rift cost us probably, and then just got another treasure cruise. Mark. Straighting. We haven't seen Ulamog out of them. That's kind of what I want to see. Of Otawara. Do this preemptively. I think we're just in info gathering mode right now. I also had 23 cards, so takes us some time. We really needed that Shadowspear to be able to race. We also know, since they are on Fatal Push, just from the timing of things, Alright. I got Urza. I attack in is the question. Probably this turn. Pretty much close to dead anyways, so Sorin could fling some damage because they don't have their own. Any way I block, my thing dies and then they get the life. Kalim seems no, Kalim seems like a liability. Get some Karns in here. Definitely some needles. They don't really have triggered abilities. Bloodmaw could be okay in a pinch. Ornithopter blocked a bit, but probably not the best. Sherman Emry. Cannoneer is probably how I win it. So I have to be mindful of like my threat density. They are using the graveyard, so I do want it. Turn on Floodmaw maybe. Shadowspear. Again, like we kind of need it in here. Emry's probably like the worst. Probably get rid of a Spellbomb. Tormod and Emry. Keep the Urzas. This can help with racing and just trampling through some damage. Lets me connect through, but it's probably my weakest card. I want early interaction for Frog. You want? We try. Let's try not to misplay this time. They kill my Tamiyo, this hand's really rough, but if they don't, pretty solid hand. Obviously really want to draw a land next turn. Don't Thoughtseize me. They've opened up every game. Like even that last game, they mulled to 5 and they had 2 Thoughtseizes in their opener. I love it when my deck doesn't cooperate. I mean, it was a risky keep, but you'd think maybe it would work. They didn't have Sorin last turn. I feel like if they had it, they would have done it. Ah! That Thoughtcast. Take Urza. Oh, surprising. They've shown Force Spike, so Question is, do we counter? Replicate here. I think that's fine. Kind of all I have going on, so I think we have to. Like, we obviously get hit by Sorin here.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. Think before
Keep
you
up Floodmaw this turn. I don't want to expose to Thoughtseize. Ah, sacrifice a creature. I sack this. I think we wait here. Because I could play Thought Monitor, sack it, and then attack Sorin. Cannoneer is also a call. Okay, so start here. Could just needle. Not care about it. Okay, got him. Got him. Got dark in my room. Triggered ability. Do we want to change anything? Maybe no Shadowspear. Keep the bounce effects. Additional Floodmaw on the play. Play Emry. Emry helps me to buy back stuff from my graveyard. Let's try that. I don't know. This matchup's tough. We stumbled a couple turns with lands, but we're able to make do. And no Fatal Push there is good.
This is an interesting story.
Might just be getting overlorded into Sorin. I can fake like we have a counter for the turn, but lovely. Hope they don't have it this turn. All our lands and good spells. Okay, so they don't have the land this turn, which is a good start. Could have consign here. Really good. They consign me. Still fine. Because now we just Sorin. Buy back Spellbomb here. Next turn I can Urza. And still Urza. Oh no, I can't Urza. Oh my god. That deluge was devastating. Blanked. Come on. 21 cards. That's so annoying. So I think here... keep this. Do this. I'm going to Aether Graveyard proactively. Sorry about the dog. I care about Psychic Frog. Kind of limits what they can do. Because I can bounce Emperor of Bones. Okay, so kind of got a lock on them. They don't have great Overlord attacks. I can bounce this. Because then they can't... tempo them out that way. So we'll do this. Puts him close to dead, which I like. Because they can activate the Psychic Frog's ability anyways.
Evil cannot withstand a righteous army.
So let's tap, tap, tap. Lethal? Got him! Okay, that was impressive. Took down 134. Alright, let me know what you think of the deck. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Stay safe out there.